Okay, so it looks like we have a couple participants in here. When you trickle in, if you could please just write in the chat your name and where you're joining us from today. And so this is, could your skin rash be autoimmune? 3 mistakes you need to be aware of. So who am I? I'm Dr. Jackie Moulton, naturopathic doctor. I work out of Hamilton, Caledonia, and Burlington. Hi, Helen. Hi, Shea. Oh, Hamilton. I'm a health educator, a mama bear and wife to this family that you can see, and founder of the 4 Clears method, which we'll talk about. Hi, Al from Hamilton. Okay. Got all my Hamiltonians here today. So why is this topic so important to me? I struggled with chronic hives for the majority of my high school years. The itching, scratching would keep me up all night, tossing and turning, just trying to get comfortable. And the embarrassment around going out covered head to toe in hives and trying so hard not to itch in public. As well as many of you've probably experienced, I was passed off by my medical doctor. I was told it'll just go away. There's no rhyme or reason. We don't know what it is. And maybe you were actually referred to a dermatologist who just simply prescribed you a corticosteroid cream to put on or told you to take an antihistamine, maybe prescribed you one. And that was it. No further investigation. Well, I'm going to share 2 cases with you. There's a lot more of where this comes from, but those are the ones I already had pre-made. Liam struggled with histamine-related skin rashes for years. So histamine-related, more like hives or allergic. He would apply corticosteroids and he would take antihistamines pretty much every day. And these were provided by his dermatologist, but he never really focused on addressing the root cause. After we started addressing the gut health and completing a gut healing protocol, Liam finally gained control over his skin. And what that means is he no longer required those corticosteroid creams every day. And the antihistamines, he was able to reduce the dose and actually eventually come right off of them. Lydia struggled with adult onset eczema or eczema, whatever way you want to pronounce it, and felt her medical doctor had failed her. She had been given antihistamines and corticosteroids as well, but they did absolutely nothing. We addressed the root cause using live blood analysis, and now she is 80% better and sleeping through the night. So, how would you feel if you were able to reduce or eliminate the itch? You were able to sleep comfortably and soundly. You were able to wear whatever clothes you wanted because you were no longer embarrassed by your skin. You enjoyed going out with friends and doing the things that may have once been difficult for you. Is that something you guys all want? Just give me a hell yes in the comments or in the chat. Hell yes? Yeah. Okay. So 3 most common autoimmune skin rashes, and you do not need to have a specific autoimmune skin rash to benefit from this webinar. Autoimmune is just something that I myself have done a lot of research in and a lot of treatments with. And so that's why I labeled this webinar like that. The top 3 autoimmune related skin rashes is celiac, psoriasis, and lupus. And so I just wanted to give you a broad oversight of what those look like. So celiac, you tend to get intense burning with clusters of red itchy bumps that scab over, and they're typically on the shins. It doesn't have to be, but it's on the shins normally. Psoriasis, we have scalp, knees, and elbows. You develop these silver scales that if you peel them away, you'll have Auspitz signs underneath, which is pinprick bleeding. In lupus, you have a red butterfly-shaped rash over the cheeks and the nose. I know I went really quick through that, and I promise not to do any more sciencey stuff. So, 3 mistakes you need to be aware of. Dr. Google, Band-Aid approaches, and spending hundreds, if not thousands, on different shampoos, conditioners, etc., without treating from the inside out. So this picture sums up how I feel about Dr. Google. So frantically searching up different skin rashes. I've done it too. Who hasn't, right? We've looked up Dr. Google. But really with skin rashes, a photo is not the best way to diagnose a skin rash. And actually, when I see patients virtually, I often will tell them to come in when their skin rash is inflamed so that I can like physically see it, because it looks so different from a picture. Picture does not do it justice. And then conventional treatments. So these are our Band-Aid approaches. So the antihistamine, Claritin, or Reactin will dampen or reduce histamine, which creates the itching. And then the corticosteroid creams or prednisone. Prednisone's used in severe cases, especially if there's lots of swelling. These are essentially your stress hormone given to you, because stress hormone at high doses reduces inflammation. And so both these approaches help alleviate the symptoms by reducing histamine and inflammation, but not addressing the reasons why we have the inflammation or the histamine in the first place. And then spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on topical treatments alone. So the market is absolutely saturated with these anti-itch skin rash repair products, right? And they range from like $5 all the way to $1,500 a jar. And the thing is, that's the same thing as the Band-Aid approaches. You're just treating the topical skin, the top, but with skin issues, there's always something else going on much deeper that's allowing for the skin to become damaged in the first place. Okay, so here I'm going to talk about the 4 Clears method. This is a method that I founded myself, and it's four pillars to clearer skin. So let's get in it. So clear, number 1, hypernourishment. Having enough nutrients, both your macros, which is your protein, fats, and carbs, and your micros, which is your vitamin A, B, C, D, minerals, all that stuff, are paramount for successful health. In the 4 Clears Method program I developed, I provide clear step-by-step instructions with exact nutrition you need to clear up your skin. Here are some key nutrients in skin health. And if you wanted to take a snapshot of this or screenshot, you're more than welcome. Vitamin C, A, E, zinc, selenium, healthy fats, protein, collagen, glutathione, proline, and lysine have to be at adequate levels, if not at therapeutic levels. In office, I'm able to test for zinc deficiencies using a zinc tally test. We do dietary tracking for macronutrients, so your protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. And then there's functional testing available on a case-to-case basis for other nutrient depletions. The organic acids test is very, very beneficial, and it shows your main nutrients for mitochondrial function which is essentially runs the whole body. So it's a really good test to do. And another thing is I am certified in intravenous therapy. And so this is a picture at my Burlington clinic, but I'm also doing IVs in Hannon, on Rymel and Centennial. And I'm also setting up an IV clinic in Caledonia, they're all locations are 20 minutes away from the Hamilton on Upper James and Mohawk location. It's funny, Hamilton Health and Wellness is like my hub center, and then I go 20 minutes out around. And so intravenous therapy allows me to get those therapeutic levels of the vitamin C, the zinc, the selenium, the glutathione, and the proline, lysine, and amino acids. With being able to bypass the gut means that we can get significantly higher doses than we could orally. For example, vitamin C, the maximum people can really get to is about 3,000 before they start having diarrhea. I can do an IV bag with 10 to 20 grams of vitamin C in it. So we can get extremely high dosing, which is very beneficial with cleaning out the blood and supporting the skin. Does anybody have any questions about these key nutrients or the intravenous therapy side of things? You're more than welcome to throw any questions you might have throughout this webinar into the chat. Okay, and then clear number 2, extinguish the flames. So this is deep down, every skin issue involves cellular debris, pathogens, and some sort of toxic or inflammatory burden in the blood microbiome. And so in the 4 Clears Method program, we help eliminate toxins from your kitchen, bathroom, and all around you. This minimizes your overall toxic burden, contributing to your skin issues. In the in-office protocol, this is when we would complete a detox program. So detoxes, when done right, they help ramp up your ability to eliminate toxins from the body without causing deprivation. So this is what the 7-day extinguish protocol would look like, or the detox program. And so we bump up your greens to improve your liver function, eliminate all potential inflammatory foods, use multi and protein shakes, castor oil packs over the liver. And then we use key detox supplements based on case-by-case scenarios, because we have to check for supplement and medication interactions. But milk thistle, schizandra, turmeric, B complex, vitamin C, fish oils, NAC, and glutathione are all potential uses here. And what this basically is flushing the body with specific nutrients that allow us to eliminate all that cellular debris, all that inflammation, and get it out. Okay. Clear number 3 is gut repair and restore. So once everything is eliminating properly, now it's time to address the gut. You've probably heard of the gut-brain connection, but what about the gut-skin connection? Your gut microbiome and the integrity, so the actual cells themselves, is important to reduce your overall histamine and inflammation throughout the body. So we actually have gut bugs that can produce too much histamine if they're off, so if they have too much of them. And if the cell health, I like to explain it as you have a wall and you've punched a hole in the wall. Well, now things can get through, right? It's permeable to each side, so now we can develop inflammation. In order to heal that, most people throw probiotics right away, right? Probiotics is what we're told for gut health. However, we actually need to go and putty up that hole and sand it down before we can apply the finishing coat of paint, which the probiotic is part of the gut microbiome on top of the wall. And so that would be our coat of paint. And so key supplements that help support the gut, both the integrity and the microbiome, include vitamin D, L-glutamine, probiotics, bone broth, fiber, aloe vera, slippery elm, licorice root, and marshmallow root. Treating the gut does take time. It's not as quick as the 7-day extinguish protocol. This would be something that would be 1 to 2 months in length. And then clear 4, balancing hormones. When hormones are off, they can create problems pretty much everywhere, including your skin. And so in the 4 Clears Method program, I provide female and male hormone questionnaires to discover your hormonal imbalance. Once you know what to correct, then it's time to bring them into harmony. So the main hormonal balance we need to focus on is called the circadian rhythm. So this is your sleep-wake cycle. It involves 2 hormones, melatonin and cortisol, and both men and women have to deal with this one, okay? So the green line here is our melatonin, and the blue line here is our cortisol. And cortisol is your stress hormone, but it's also what gives you energy and gets you out of bed in the morning. Think of it as caffeine. So when you have your morning coffee, coffee actually increases cortisol. So that's how that's working. And so cortisol and melatonin work inversely to each other. You can't have high cortisol and high melatonin at the same time. So if you're jumping out of bed, or it's hard to get out of bed, that means that there's something off with your cortisol levels. If you're having a hard time falling asleep or staying asleep, then that would be something off with the melatonin levels. So to help correct that, for supporting the sleep part of the cycle, we would want to do some sort of sleep hygiene. So that could mean no screens before bed, not having your phone near you when you sleep, having a nice cold, dark room, possibly using some white noise or a weighted blanket. Those are different types of sleep hygiene techniques. Versus supplementally, we can provide you with melatonin, especially if melatonin is deficient. So if we've done testing and it shows it's deficient, then providing the melatonin will be helpful. If you have enough melatonin, but you're still having sleep issues, then L-theanine, GABA, passion flower, magnesium, valerian, and Hobbs have all been shown to be very calming to the brain and to the muscles. And so then that's able to get you into a deeper sleep. And let's say you're able to fall asleep, no problem. You sleep throughout the night, but then you wake up super groggy. It's hard to get out of bed. You're constantly hitting snooze. Or the opposite, you're like wired by 3 a.m. or you're jumping out of bed, like jolting. That means you have too much cortisol. But what we want to do here is focus on supporting that wake cycle. And so something called the wake countdown is when you wake up, you don't click snooze, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And by 1, your feet are on the ground. You do that every single morning. You can also do a primal walk. This is really good if your cortisol is too high. And so what a primal walk is first thing in the morning, before you've looked at your computer or your phone, you're going to go outside, and ideally you would walk for 20 minutes. So 10 minutes to a spot, you would do a primal squat, and then 10 minutes back, and then barefoot. So, but I mean, we're in Canada, we can't always do these things. So you just do your best. And so what this represents is what our ancestors would have had to have done. They would have had to have left their campsite in the morning, gone for a walk, found a place to squat and go to the washroom, and then come back. And so, like many animals out there, different bodily functions, different movements, or the way we eat, etc., make or transition the body in certain ways. So, for example, when a snake ingests a mouse, it actually gives it a spinal adjustment all the way down. So that's where the primal walk came from. What I find, it helps give you more energy and more clarity throughout your day. And then adrenal glandulars, vitamin C, ashwagandha, licorice root, and turmeric are all supplements that help support the adrenal glands to create cortisol and create your energy hormones. So seed cycling. So seed cycling is unique for women. Men, you're not going to be doing this. And specifically for menstruating women. So women who are entering menopause, this would not be effective. But what we use is different seeds for different times in the cycle to support either estrogen or progesterone production. So in the follicular phase, flaxseed and pumpkin seeds help support estrogen, versus in the luteal phase, which is from ovulation halfway through your period or your cycle to your next period, we use sesame and sunflower seeds to promote progesterone. Okay, recap. So the 4 clears method, clear number 1 was hyper-nourishing the skin. 2 was extinguishing the flames within. 3 was repairing and restoring the gut. And 4, balancing your hormones. Doing all 4 of these will naturally reduce your overall histamine and inflammation. So you'll no longer need to be taking those corticosteroid creams or antihistamines. And so for watching this, either replay or being here live, I want to thank you for joining us today and taking time out of your day. And to do that, I am offering free skin assessments at the Hamilton Clinic in person. They're free 15-minute skin assessments. I will be doing physical examinations to see what your skin rash that you're dealing with looks like and what it could be, as well as I will provide you with a Foundations of Skin's Basics PDF with any discovery call booking. So whether you book in for a free 15-minute skin assessment or you want to do a virtual meet or discovery call, you're not quite ready to come into the Hamilton office, but you just want to ask some questions, I will be sending you off that PDF for your skin basics. Okay, so I'm going to leave the links here for the online booking for both the discovery call and the skin assessment visit. Thank you, Shaya. And I'm just going to open up the floor. So if anybody has any questions, we have, I think, 5 more minutes before we're going to get kicked out by Zoom here. Oh no, 10 minutes. Is there anything that I can clear up for anyone or go back to a slide? I have heard of people developing rashes post-COVID. Whether or not it is from COVID is still a mystery, right? because there's a lot of things that we don't know. And I'm going to leave it at that just because we have to be very careful about what we say around COVID. You're welcome. Yeah, so the Hamilton Clinic is Hamilton Health and Wellness Center. It's 865 Upper James Street. It's by Upper James and Mohawk. That's my main clinic. I also work out of Healing Journey Naturopathic Clinic in Caledonia off of Caithness. And then I work in Burlington off of Appleby and Upper Middle. As well as I work in Oakville and Hannon, but only minimally, like once a month. I'm a busy, buzzy bee here. So I did, Thomas, there's a link that I put in the chat called Skin Assessment Visit. If you click that link, it will bring you right to an online booking system where you can book in that free 15-minute skin assessment. I can also look up the phone number. I never remember phone numbers. Why would you need to, right? You can just Google it. The phone number for the Hamilton Clinic is 905-389-3395. I'll put that here. They're not open right now, but you can call. I think tomorrow they might. Receptionist is only there part-time, so you may not be able to actually reach anybody till Monday or Tuesday. Absolutely, you can. Yeah, so you'll have to create an account, but you can just write in the comment section that it's for her name. Yeah. Since there's still quite a bit of people on, not a lot of questions coming in, why don't I share one of the, I am a naturopathic doctor. Yep. One of the main foundations of skin basics is hyperhydration. And so I don't know if you saw me drinking this thing here. This is my Costco size water bottle. You have to drink minimum 2 of these a day. So that's my challenge for you. Can you drink a minimum of 2 liters a day? This is more than 1 liter, so this is probably getting closer to the 3-liter mark. But skin requires quite a bit of hydration, and so if we're very under or dehydrated, then the skin has a lot of issues. No, wine and coffee do not count as hydration. They were once water, but they're no longer water. And actually, so alcohol, coffee, and exercise, if you consume or do any of those, you have to drink more than the 2-liter minimum. So when I have my morning coffee, what I do is I try to front load. So I have one of these like first thing in the morning, and I'm not allowed to have my coffee until I've finished my water. Makes you drink your water very quickly. And then after that, roughly a cup an hour or every other hour is more than sufficient. I've been slacking on my water today. It's still pretty full, and we're getting pretty late, so. Okay, everybody was able to get those booking links. Perfect. Any questions at all for me? Thank you, Al. Enjoy the rest of your night. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. And it was nice hanging out with you. I'm hoping to do more of these, hopefully monthly. So we'll chat soon. Take care.